Hello and welcome to Miniature Muse. Today we are still working on the outside of the farmhouse that I am renovating, and right now I'm going over the wood that I've already cut, and I was lining it up to try to figure out how I want to stagger it. So I started with the door, I guess you'll call it like the middle point, focal point, to kick off from there, and then knew I was just going to work down each row. And it's kind of like a one third stagger that I used, and I used one of the blocks that I cut and put down on the bottom just as a guide to help me do that. You see, I ran it all the way out to the end, and then I had to start cutting the pieces as they hit the edge. And I wanted to just start the front before I got to the side because I knew the side was going to challenge me. So it's very easy. I just would measure the piece, mark it, and then with my very easy cutters, just go ahead and cut the piece down to size. Use some sandpaper to make it smooth, and then lay it into the glue. After having laid the glue on the floor for the first row, I decided I did not like that process. I thought it was going to be faster, but no. So I decided that I would actually put the glue directly on each piece of wood, which worked for me. And again, using my guide, started staggering them. Once I started a row, I knew I could just, finish it easily. Of course, as you know, I use all kinds of things as weights, so I went and grabbed some pieces of wood that I had already cut and threw some water bottles on top, and then over there on the side, one of my hand weights to be able to make sure everything dried nice and flat. And as you can see, there's a gap at the front edge. So of course, none of those pieces were going to fit. They're just too wide. So I had to measure, figure out the width, and then go back, design those pieces of wood, and then go to my P2S and cut down some thinner strips to fill in those gaps. I also realized that those two front pieces around the stairs were not laying flat because I needed to have some cutouts for them to go around those little pieces that were sticking up. So I just took my blade and cut into it, and then used my Dremel to just kind of sand it down a little bit. And then I relayed the same exact pieces back over after I had sanded them down to make sure that they laid flat and even. And then I measured and cut to go, of course, in this corner, and then laid out the rest of the pieces for the edging of the porch. I thought about buying some actual real stain, but because I only have this little bit of flooring to do, $8 a pop, even for a little quart, it was just too much. So I'm going to do the same process I did with the foundation of the house, and I'm going to water down the same espresso paint that I used for the siding. And again, I am looking and testing out how much I want to dilute it to get it to look as much like stain as possible. So I've decided that the one on the far right is the one that I want to use because I know I can layer it up. The later I go, it's going to work out better, and then I can always put an additional layer on if it wasn't dark enough. So as you can see, I watered it down even more. So you're going to see it's coming out lighter for the first coat, which I'm okay with. I actually like how light it is, but I also, after I painted it, didn't think that it was like filling in all the gaps. You can see all the spaces. So look at it. It's kind of a nice color, but it was just too light for me. So I did want to go back in with a second coat, and then I figured after I saw the second coat and filled in all these little open areas where the paint was, that I would decide if I needed a third coat. In between the coats, and to make sure that it is smooth for the next coat, I took 2000 grit sandpaper and then just went over that till and I could tell the difference too, but I did go over each piece very lightly just to make sure they were smooth before I went on with the next coat. In the end, I did do a third coat, and I really like it because it went dark enough for what I was looking for, because, well, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be dark. So I'll be doing the same thing on the top, on the second floor deck. I need something to hide the battery packs and switches for the lights, and I decided for now I'm going to use these little boxes. They're like mini trunks that I got at Dollar Tree. I don't like the hook on the front, so that the latch that keeps it closed, so I decided I'm going to take that off and just leave it off, and I'll probably put something over top of that. And then to drill a hole in the bottom for the wires to go through, I used my battery operated, and I'm still loving this thing, my battery operated drill, so I didn't have to pull out the big drill. If you don't have a lot of space and you only drill small holes, I really recommend this. And I did put the link right here in the bottom in the description. And then also I just did a light sanding with my little mini sander too, which I love. If you don't have one, get one. It's easy. Or you can just tape down some regular sandpaper. I like this thing because it can get into small spaces and because of the handle on it. I don't know about you, but I always have to make sure I put all my little small screws in one particular container or I will lose them. I decided to use some of the paint that I tried to test and water down to make the stain, to go ahead and just mix those last two containers together. And this kind of lightened up the paint though, but it left the color as well, and I'm good with that. It kind of ties it in to the siding on the other side of the house, and I can always switch it up if I decide later, but I kind of want all the colors to just kind of be together and make sense. And I'm thinking I might actually create some kind of cushion to put on the top of these little trunks to make them look like you can just, have a seat there. And of course, before I can even bother to put the flooring on the top deck, I had to put the lights up. So they have been glued together for a while, just waiting to be put up on the roof. And I just used a little bit of my E6000 glue to go ahead and stick them up to the ceiling. I have 5 of them that I'm still loving the modern look for. And again, these I created myself and designed them and printed them on my 3D printer. I was so happy to have had the deck done, but then I was like, I can't forget to do the stairs. So the stairs are a different length that I had to measure out and width. So I think I over measured just a little bit, but that's okay because I was able to cut the pieces down as long as they were the right depth for the stairs. I was able to do that, of course, with my little cutters. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to put wood on the side here. I'm still debating because on the very sides, like the far sides on the left and right, I'm definitely not going to put wood there. I'm just going to leave it. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. But the stairs themselves and the risers definitely are going to be wood. And I'm going to glue these pieces on and then stain them to match, of course, the rest of the deck planks. Okay, so that about wraps everything up for what I've done so far. I've got to get the wood on these stairs. I've got to polyurethane this level of deck because I do want some shine to it. I have to wire all these lights, run the wires because I need to run them before I can actually lay the floor. As soon as I wire these and run them up through the little trunks that I bought and am painting, so I can stick one here and stick the other battery light pack in here, and then I can do the floor. And I also made a little, because I was trying to figure out what to do with this area here, and I'm still not completely done with it. I know I want to use this piece. I think I'm going to put something decorative here, and then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about this piece here and around here to the front. And I started to just like run something on here, but that'll make it thick, and I've got to put a door there. So I think before I even can figure out what to do with this piece, I'm going to have to actually go ahead and work on the door, because that is, I don't need to worry about the window yet because that's all one solid piece. But in order for me to do something down here, I've got to figure out how the door is going to come out here, and it should be pretty flush, so I'm not really worried about that. I just want to make sure I leave enough space for the trim that I need to put around the door, so I may as well just do the door frame first and put the door on, see what that looks like, and then I can figure out what to do here on this little ridge. I do not want to run additional lines because I just think that'll look silly, and I don't know that I'm going to get these lines to match up, so I don't want to mess with that. So it's probably going to be something plain or running horizontally or something different. And then I also have to put the trim here and the trim here. Once those things are done, I should be able to go ahead and move to the inside. I am debating whether I want to go ahead and start the windows first. I may do that and then go ahead and get to the inside all at the same time. But that's where we stand. I do have one little piece too I want to put up here that I actually printed. I don't know where I set it right now. I'd show it to you, but I'll show it to you later. But I did put one of those like chimney vents here. I need to glue that up there and figure out the trim. So I think that's going to take me about another 2 weeks to get done, to get to the trim. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping to get this stuff done over the next week, and then finally worry about the doors and windows, and we can get inside and start laying that out. I'm so excited to get in there and work that piece out. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you here next time at Miniature Muse.